Hello, my name's Mark. I'm from Glasgow. How you all doing today? And who am I sat with, Marcus?
Thank you, Mark, and welcome to the No Labels, No Walls Action Monday. My name is Markus Vähälä from Finland, from Kukunori, and I'm very glad to host this Action Monday together with my good friend Mark. So usually at the beginning of these No Labels, No Walls Action Mondays, we go around the world and ask how people are doing. So Leila, how are you doing? Nice to see you.
Oh, okay, thank you. It's quite cloudy and it's just been very, very cloudy. No sun.
Yeah.
But I'm okay.
Welcome, Leila.
Well,
Mark, who would you like to?
What's your, at the end? What's her name? At the end. That way. Yep.
Cindy, how are you?
Cindy, how are you today?
I'm here. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
I'm fine, thank you. I just got some really good news, but I'll tell
Yeah.
other people some other time about it.
Yeah.
But everything is fine here in Finland today.
Is it hot?
No, actually it's overcast, so it's really
Overcast.
nice. I got in from a really long walk. It's really nice.
Nice to have you
Have
here,
you.
Cindy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Uh,
Bye.
Gisem, nice to see you.
Nice
how
to
are
see
you
you.
doing?
Good, I'm good. What should I say? It's kind of warm outside in Prague, but my house is nice and cool on its own.
Nice to have you with us. Michael Bierman from Los Angeles, how are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm doing good. Glad to be here in Los Angeles. Thanks so much. Looking forward to today.
Great to have you with us, Michael. And hopefully at the end of the session, you will tell a little bit about next week and about the No Labels, No Walls Festival. And Kevin, how are
Kevin.
you?
How are you?
Hello, everyone. Hey, Mark.
Oh.
Hi, Marcus.
Yeah.
Mark and Mark. I'm doing excellent today. It's sunny. It's getting cool. We had a hot one last weekend, so it's nice to see everything just simmer down. Could use some rain, not in a bad way, but in a good way. Good to see everyone.
Yeah.
Nice to have you with us, Kevin. And there's a very good action coming from musical intervention. Kevin, would you like to tell a little bit about it?
Well, I'd be happy to say that we are in full swing with the Unite the World song, which we got several of our artists together, sing a few measures, and it's record it, film it, and now we started reaching out to everybody to share their verse, whether it's hip hop, song, spoken word, all that funness, and we're going to include it in this big, massive song for the festival next week. And even after the festival, it's still going to keep going. So if you are interested in how to get involved, I can share some links in the chat.
Thanks, Kevin. Wonderful to have you with us today. Chloe, how are you doing?
How are you too?
I'm good. I'm good. So I'm from Glasgow and it's raining outside and this other one's half. Nice to see you all.
Yeah.
Nice to see you, Chloe, and welcome. Tim, nice to see you. How's
see you.
life?
Hey, everybody. It's good.
Hello.
Thanks, Marcus and Mark. I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio, in the United States, and it's tomato season. So we got all kinds of really ripe tomatoes. And yesterday, a neighbor dropped off some pesto with tomato in it, some basil tomato soup, and some really hot salsa. So we are loving life. Good to see you all.
Wonderful to see you, Tim. And Alec, we have been writing, but now we can see each other. Greetings from Finland.
Thanks for inviting me. Hi
Okay.
everybody. I'm Alec Castellano. I work for Catholic Charities of the Diocese of Stockton in Northern California, and thanks for having us on the call.
Nice to meet you, and we have a very interesting topic today. So invite all of your friends and share the stream that is now online on No Labels, No Walls Facebook page and in the No Labels, No Walls group. And please join the group as well. Naomi, how are you?
How are you today?
Good.
Very nice to see you. I hope you had a wonderful summer.
Yeah.
And Lasse is with us today, but unfortunately, Lasse's microphone is not working today. So you can reach Lasse in the chat. And we have a special honorable guest today, Peter from Dramalogen from Halmstad, Sweden. Welcome to the Action Monday.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
How are you doing? I know you've been active all summer. What have you been doing?
Yeah, but we've been when the corona hit us, we started to live stream 1 hour every day when we had to kind of go home from work from Dramalogen. So we tried to build a base on internet. So we've been doing 400 live streams from our house, from or around our house, or around the commune, the municipality, everywhere. We've been on shows and exhibitions, and we've been doing very much gardening, which which I like very much, and building a house and stuff like that. Like one week ago, we did our 400 show, and that was the end of it. So now we also tried to declare that now the corona is almost over, so let's go back to normal life. And today we had our first normal work day at my workplace where we are. So I was meaning to show you around, and it's happy and a little bit strange, everything.
Wonderful to have you here today. In all of these Action Mondays, we are working our way towards the No Labels, No Walls Festival happening next week, the 25th and 26th of August, online, so you can take part from every corner from the world. So we have very interesting actions happening at the festival. And one of these action, actually the first action on Wednesday, is about culture houses. I'm representing Kukunori, the umbrella organization of 43 organizations in Finland working with well-being and culture. And we've been innovating and supporting a network of culture houses around Finland. Actually, there are now 12 culture houses in Finland and 1 in Sweden. And of course, it's the best because it's the Swedish one where Peter is, and we are hopefully seeing that what is it like, and we can discuss what they are doing. But inside this culture house community, culture houses in a way, they are places where people who have suffered mental health difficulties, illnesses, and are recovering can join in and design anything creative together with other people. So you teach and learn at the same time, supported by people who know how to do things. And this model has been very, very productive, at least here in Finland. And people have also started to learn how to create culture events, how to create business around culture, and how to make the quality of art better, how to learn it, perhaps start to educate in art and culture. But all in all, many people have said that it helps them in recovering, in finding a new way to live their lives. And me and Peter, we have had an idea to invite all the culture houses to the No Labels, No Walls festival, but not only the culture houses we already know, but all the groups that are making art, culture around the world. So our idea is to build a map of these groups so we can then join forces and do more shared actions together. And the idea of the shared action is show and tell. So it's not only about telling what we are and what we are doing, but we invite all you now watching this show online next week to the festival and show what kind of things you have done. Perhaps you have done some animation, perhaps you have created some graphic art, perhaps you have created theater, music, you name it, and you choose it. But we will create together with Peter a huge map of culture groups, and we will continue linking all the groups that come into our parameter to that. And we also invite other people to join this action. But now it's on you to tell a little bit, Peter, about yourself, about the story of Dramalogen, and perhaps show around and tell what you're doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, I am a kind of a cultural working guy. I'm a movie maker and maybe a photographer and maybe a guitarist somehow, and maybe a scenographer or a light guy, and maybe a sculpture. Who knows? And that's the way quite a lot of us have it here at Dramalogen. This is a place. This is the guys that work here, and this is a place for kind of applied arts, like art in society. We are living in quite a small town, 100,000 people. So every cultural person had to move away from here to be able to do their stuff, or they work on Pressbyrån in a shop during the daytime and play Shakespeare during the nighttime. And then we thought that maybe we can use the artists and their skills for better use in society. So this was the beginning. Then we started the project Dramalogen. And we found a space. This is our second space. I will walk you around a little bit. Here's the kitchen. And this is an old factory almost, or a printing place where they used to print stuff. We like to kind of bygga koja, we call it in Swedish. Build a hut, like kids do. So almost everything we have here is something somebody has been giving us, or we have made by ourselves, or we have found or created in various ways. Inside here, now we will walk into our fantastic stage area. and this is almost entirely recycled stage. Everything has been somebody else's, somebody who doesn't like to carry stuff anymore, because all the new stuff is so very light, and all the heavy stuff we can take care of. So this is like a stage dream, but from 1992 or something like that, which makes it's very nice. And so now we have this base, this place, this foundation for culture workers, and we start working with old people, with young people, with immigrants, with new arrivals, and then we found the culture house, so we could start working with people with mental disabilities, or mental who had gone onto a bump in life, or whatever. And the thing with Dramalogen is you don't really know who is an artist, who is an ex-mental patient, and who is a new arrival, or who is who. You can never understand. When you walk through the door, there's loads of people here, and they are from everywhere, which is very interesting. And you can also kind of start in a culture house group, and after a while, maybe you can do cultural stuff, or be part of an exhibition, or do something with the other guys. Here is, I'm not so good at cleaning, so here is very much stuff just. And this is our ambition, that everything should be going on at the same time in various ways. This, for instance, is a project. This is a sculpture made by funkispersoner, like Down syndrome guys and stuff. And they have, it's a piece that is ordered by the municipality, and it's supposed to, it will stand in another place. Now it's a little bit, because to be able to transport it, we have to use tape on the legs, because it's a bit exciting. Here we are right now burning ceramics inside the oven. Can you see? It's 1158 degrees Celsius in there right now. So it's very exciting. And here is some kind of rehearse room. You can almost see on the guitars, everybody has brought their guitars. And you can see that there's different people here. It's cheap guitars and expensive guitars, various guitars, and they're all mixed. So Culture House here is a part of the rest of Dramalogen, but it has been a very important and big part of it, and we like it very much. And this has been a 3-year-long project, which is now at the final year. So we are right now trying to find ways of how to continue it without having the funds that we had to run it, and how should the future be. This is interesting for us, but a little bit unclear. And since all this COVID-19, we also have been sleeping a little bit, or I mean, it has been hard to do the culture house stuff, because this kind of culture is based on being together with people, and by obvious reasons that has not been so easy for the last year. But now we are trying to find like our way out of that, and how to do it. And it's very nice to be with you, Marcus, and Kukunori, and all of you other guys, to kind of find ways to move ahead. So it's interesting, confusing, and funny. Do you understand me?
Loud and clear, Peter. Thank you for showing around. So that's what we mean, that we show, of course, where we are doing, and these places. what would you like to tell about the artistic projects that you've been doing in recent years and are doing in the future? What are your visions for the future?
Yeah, the artistic projects that we have been doing, we do quite a lot of, you know, like festivals and stuff like that. We did, for instance, a live stream drive-in festival, which was very fantastic. All the audience were sitting, and it was a way to do it corona safe. All the audience were sitting in cars and they were applauding by honking the horns. And the stage was I bought a big lorry, which is a rolling stage, and people were playing from that, and we live streamed this, and it was a big success for us, and also marked the starting point of us doing big stuff outdoors in a new way. Earlier on, we have been doing you know, culture nights and stuff for the city. We are also a part of the city, but now we try to do it in new ways. So I've even found a circus tent that we will we will probably get if I can persuade the woman owning the tent to sell it to me, and then we will be able to really put on a show. I would say it's going to be very interesting for us. I see it as one part of our deal is to kind of make it possible for people to borrow stuff to do stuff. So that's why I think it's important and fun to have very many great stuff and making opportunities for people to act, play, and do their things. So I hope the circus tent will be something extra in that sense. But for the culture house, we are going to do a final exhibition, or what did we make these 3 years in a gallery in Halmstad in like 1.5 months, and it's going to be very interesting to kind of put it all together, because there is people from various places, and I mean, some are doing art, some are doing ceramics, some are playing in different bands. The people come from different places and do different stuff, and when we put them all together, then it becomes really a masterpiece of multikonstverk, which I like very much. So that's maybe the closest and the furthest future. Do you think it will be nice with a tent?
Yeah, hopefully the tent will be there. I've been following your story, and there's a lot of similar kind of stories around the world, and me and Peter would like to invite all of you to tell a little bit about your art groups or communities where you're creating art. Perhaps we could learn from each other. Perhaps we could do art together, and if there are any questions to me and Peter, now the floor is yours. But I know already from the community that is now gathered here in this Action Monday that many of you are doing art and culture. So tell a little bit about what you are doing in your local community or in your group. I would like to invite first Gisem, because we haven't seen each other for a long time. You do magnificent art, but are you doing it alone or together with other people?
Hi, okay, thank you for the invitation. So what I do for art, I paint and I dance, and I make movies out of my dances, where sometimes I also use the paintings like for background decoration. Of course, to dance, you need to have some like technical growth and like a disciplined workout. For that, you need other people too. So like the learning and the keeping up part happens with other people. But for the last few years, I was doing the dances mostly on my own, and sometimes 1 or 2 people would join along. And so this turned into a project I call Kmulte. I will send its link after I talk, but it's a YouTube channel on which you can see the dances I make. But then also from time to time, I join communities. Right now I live in Prague, and there is a dance teacher I know here who teaches a special kind of technique. It's like an improvisation technique within contemporary dance. And she also works with theater groups. And one of these theater groups is for amateurs, like it's people who just want to do something on their extra time. So I joined that group for the last 2 years. And so we did have some performances together. The last one was very much dance and theater braided together. I told that group about No Labels, No Walls Festival, but they are not yet at the stage of doing things online, unfortunately. But then there is another dance group I joined last winter, and this got established online. All the dancers are from around different places, mostly based in Turkey. And if the restrictions allow, they get together. There is like an overall themed project going on, which is it's like a dance movie. And so that whenever they can, they get together to film parts of it. But also within that movie, there is more like professional, well-trained dancers or other types of like gymnasts, athletes or acrobats, people like that. But then there is also a group of 100 people who've never had dance training before, but they wanted to. They just didn't have the opportunity. And the project is kind of initiated with the wish to also include those people. So they took such 100 volunteers, and they've been training them the whole year. And in this project, they will not be the lead dancers, but they have a whole scene on their own, and it's like an important part of the story. But so with this group, we also filmed a small dance movie, and we filmed it here in Prague. Like we worked with the choreographer, we worked online. She is based in Izmir, a city in Turkey. And I am most of the time here in Prague or in Istanbul, my hometown. So for a number of months, we worked through Zoom. And then I picked sites from Prague. I showed them to her. And so based on the sites, she choreographed. And then, so with my boyfriend, who is also a camera person, we went to film these places so he could come to Prague. He had, with the travel restrictions, he had the opportunity to come to Prague. So he was a cameraman, and my sister was the editor who also edits movies for this dance project I told in the beginning. So it's kind of a Kmulte joined forces together with this newly formed dance group. And it's kind of like a family project now, because the choreographer also I've known since I was very little. And so we made the movie like that, and I will also post its link. But this is the kind of art I do and the people involved in it.
Thank you so much, Gisem. And yes, we accept family groups into the Culture Houses community. So please join in our actions and all the actions in the festival. Thank you, Gisem. And now to California. Alec, can you tell a little bit about what you're doing there in California?
Yeah, of course. So I work for the Environmental Justice Project with Catholic Charities And what they do is, it was started in 2005 by Bishop Blair, who saw a need for environmental justice in our community to combat systemic racism, because there's a lot of unjust rules and like unjust, what would you say, just policies that have been implemented in the past here in Northern California that obviously target disadvantaged communities, priority populations, and put them in areas of high pollution where there's a lot of air pollution, a lot of groundwater pollution. So the Environmental Justice Project was created by Catholic Charities to kind of confront those injustices and come up with new policy changes to kind of combat all that stuff. So one need that they saw in the program was to reach out on the media, to utilize Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff. So they were looking to create a video series that had themes of environmental conservation. And I was brought on in 2019 to start working with them and help them develop some videos that could help spark some motivation in the community to kind of acknowledge the environmental concerns that are going on, especially with the climate crisis getting worse and worse. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's a video going around right now on the internet of the salmon in the Columbia River in Oregon, which is north of California, and they're literally boiling inside of the water. And because the water is just too hot, there's too much carbon dioxide emissions in the atmosphere. And the thing about the Central Valley, where we're based out of, is we live in a basin and we're surrounded by a range of mountains. And so all the air pollution from San Francisco and Los Angeles, they travel to the middle and it gets trapped right there in that basin. And there's a lot of communities in the Central Valley who are suffering from asthma and the consequences of air pollution. Something like over 500,000 children in the San Joaquin Valley have suffer from asthma, which is something that can be prevented. So we created a few videos on our YouTube pages that kind of brings attention to these issues. One of our most recent one that I think Marcus is going to be sharing in the next event is about the California wildfires. So last year in 2020, we had 5 of our top 20 largest wildfires in California's history. So the air quality index in the atmosphere was over 500, which is considered to be hazardous. And this was going on for multiple weeks. So everybody was breathing in all that bad air quality for a long time. And it seemed as if nobody really understood where the problem was coming from. That, yeah, there's fires going on, but I have to go to work. I don't have time to think and deal about it. So we thought we need to create these videos to showcase to the community why all these fires are starting, and it's because of the drought in California. California is slowly turning back into a desert. We're getting less and less water every year. The San Joaquin Valley is one of the #1 hotspots for agriculture in the entire world. California can support its economy based just off of its agriculture alone, and could be its own sovereign state, really. But the drought is making things worse and worse for farmers. So there's higher and higher regulations on the amount of water that they can use, which is causing wildfires to happen. And so all these acres are burning. Something like over 1 million acres in California were burned just last year alone. And in 2021, it seems as if we're gonna break that record this year. And so with each year getting worse and worse because of the climate crisis, it's time for specifically at least the communities of California to seriously reconsider their commute and their daily means of transportation. So we're trying to influence biking more, walking more, taking public transportation, and not focusing so much on their current commute, which is driving gas-powered vehicles. So we do other stuff like promote the electric vehicle technology, and we're trying to get charging stations set up and do all this cool things, but it's hard to really get the community involved if we don't like meet them at their level and try to engage them on the internet where there's a huge audience. So that's kind of what we've been doing. I'll drop a link to our website in the chat if you guys are interested in learning more about it. We are Catholic charity, so we base our efforts off of the encyclical written by Pope Francis in 2015 called Laudato Si, which is stands for our common home. Our common home being Earth, and we being the caretakers of Earth, and trying to really create a collective effort to combat the climate crisis, to hold big corporations accountable, and to move forward collectively. So yeah, thank you for inviting me here. I really appreciate it. And if you guys are interested in learning more, please reach out.
Thank you so much, Alec. And next week, you will see Alec's videos as part of the No Labels, No Walls Festival. You can really feel the situation that you are describing by watching these videos. So culture houses can be also media stations, like Peter in Dramalogen. They have their own newspaper. They are creating videos, and that way influencing the community. But Alec's videos now spread around the world through No Labels, No Walls community. So let's help people in California too. And now we don't move out of United States. Tim from Cincinnati, what kind of art action are you running, or do you know somebody in your area doing art and culture in groups? Tim had to leave. We come back to that later, but I know that there's a lot of action going in Cincinnati. Leila, of course, we are inviting BMix to the festival, yes, to join the culture houses. Isn't it so? Tell a little bit about BMix.
It's a company that I go to. It's with people who have no one says help me. With people with learning difficulties and autism, and we do different courses. Music, being seen, be heard, going to schools in the UK, tell them how we want to be treated.
Do you want to show the video from BMix?
Okay.
Here you go.
There's no sound, but never mind, but I can't help that.
One support, or you can join our support.
Oh.
We are people with and without learning difficulties and or autism working together. We work as a team.
You can work in a small group or do a course. We can give you one-to-one support, or you can join our supported employment programme. Here are some examples of students working in our supported employment programme.
At BMix, I'm working on the functional skills, which is working with people who have left college or school, who've got to that beginning stage which I was at, not knowing where to go and what support is there to help them. Being involved with the project to begin with was give me an idea of how I can slowly start to work through my own issues to actually improve someone else's life. The idea of the project is to build them up to the point that at the end of it, they have a work placement or even a job.
We had the opportunity to support BMix with their supported internship programme, and then we had Stephanie come along, who's been working with us for the last few weeks.
I've always wanted to work in a cafe. It's really fun when you get to have a laugh with all the staff. It feels really nice because then there's someone to support me and help me.
Here are some examples of our group projects and courses.
Discovery Catering is a group where we meet together, we plan and cook food and eat together and celebrate our enjoyment of food. But beyond that, we're sort of looking to develop our skills, whether it's to use at home or whether it's to think about in the future maybe getting a job.
I came to BMX when I was only 19 and I'm 33 now. I co-support the Discovery Catering with Karen. Co-production is working together, everybody in the organisation working together as equals.
In all our projects, we work with the community in some way. So, for example, in the Eco Shed, we make products to sell from reclaimed timber.
I made a little log man up there somewhere. There on it. I've been here a long time now. It's fantastic, you know, and I feel that I think I've grown up with it. I like wood, and always have done.
West Track Studio is our main base in Canterbury, where we run our music and media courses. It's also a recording and rehearsal studio, which is open to the public, and we generate income from that, which supports our music and media programme.
West Track Studio is a good environment to go to. It's good to learn new skills. And my goal is to be a local solo artist.
Well, I've been with BMX for 15 years and I'm very proud to have a learning difficulty because there's only one person like me, and why should I hide away because I've got a learning difficulty? People can do what they want if they get the right support and information.
I believe in people with disability. I'm always there for them. I rather support them and encourage them to be who they are.
Being a team is really important, and Risky Business has really established that bond, that team bond, where everybody feels valued, everybody's equal. Creating a supportive atmosphere where people can excel at their own pace. I think that's really important to making a drama group successful.
BMX helps people develop their own style and skills. It's about you and what you want to do.
Here is an example of how we work one-to-one.
At present, our support is primarily working with individuals who are managing spectrum conditions.
Before Life Choices, it was not that good. I was getting passed on from different people all the time. Since I've had Joe, I feel more happy and it's changed everything. I'd like to do something within like TV or something, but behind the scenes.
Our vision is of a world where everyone is valued as an individual, and people with a learning difficulty are part of that in being seen, heard and represented in all areas of society. Be seen, be heard, belong.
Wonderful, Leila. Will you invite everybody from BMX to join the festival and the Culture House's action?
I don't know.
Okay, we can do it together.
It's still summer holiday, so...
Okay. And wonderful to have Adam and Kevin from Musical Intervention here today. Can you tell a little bit about your Culture House there in New Haven?
Well, Adam, nice of you to chime in. How you doing?
I've been watching on YouTube. You guys are amazing.
Oh, nice of you to drop in. Well, we touched upon it briefly before we started, but we were at least hinting of the we were hinting of the song we're doing for the action. But is there anything we want to share about the group itself, the organization? You are, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Christofferson of Musical Intervention. Anything that I am saying means nothing compared to the experience, the tenacity, and endurance that he's.
That's not true. You've taken the helm, sir. The next generation of musical intervention. That's what it's all about, being able to carry a torch and build a program that could be, where the torch could be shared and carried way beyond what one person can do. Isn't that what we're all trying to do here? Because it's not just a one generation thing. This is going to be a long time to reach the utopia that we all seek. Peter, thank you so much for that tour of Dramalogen. I've got to see it in person. Does anybody else want to go to Sweden to see it? Okay, so eventually there'll be a world tour, right?
I'd like to make it happen.
In an electric airplane.
Go straight to Sweden.
Okay, so yes. We're excited. We've started our Thursday. We used to have open mic nights, but now we have Thursday during the day open jams, and everybody's fully masked there. And we're really excited to perform at the end of the month at an overdose awareness event on the New Haven Green. It's going to just have a memorial for those who have passed away due to drug addiction. And we're going to have artists that come through musical intervention perform there and celebrate life and recovery, and also provide some time for folks to mourn the folks that they've lost. If you've known anybody who suffered with addiction, it is truly a nasty health concern, mental health concern. So if you have not seen the video of this song that we're trying to get everybody to be a part of, please go to our YouTube channel, Musical Intervention. It's called Unite the World. And what we're doing is we're soliciting everybody to put a small section, 8 bars, of an original melody and lyrics, or even just an instrumental, like a killer guitar lick from Peter would be awesome. Or 8 bars of rap from Marcus would be phenomenal. A dancing piece would be really phenomenal. I loved what you were saying, Gisem. Is that right? Okay, yeah, I would love to see a dancing piece. I think that would be absolutely phenomenal to having this. And the idea is to circulate this song around the world, and ultimately have it be incredibly long, a very, very long song, but that each part, everybody has an opportunity to express themselves. And I think that encapsulates what our mission is here, to give a microphone to what has often been the voiceless and unheard populations in the world. So that's really exciting. So we have maybe 10 so far, 10 or 12 entries, and we're looking for maybe 5,000 or 6,000 more. But it's going to take a long time to edit. And we were chatting earlier today, and language should not be a barrier. However, we do want to know what people are saying here in America, where most of us white boys don't really speak more than one language. So we want to make sure that...
Or can't translate from Swedish or Cambodian.
Jag talar inte bra svenska. That's all I've got. That's all I've got. I don't speak Swedish.
Ma ele consequenza.
So with the words or the impression that you're going to be dancing, you could include some of subtitles in English. That would be really great, so that only English-speaking folks would be able to understand what's happening.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Adam. And I can see and feel that it's a story that's just in the beginning. So there's action that people can join. and it will take years and years, and it will be the longest song in the world. And us together, we can create a huge culture house together by networking all the groups that we know who are doing art and culture all over the world. So last we go to Los Angeles, to one of the main places of cultural action in the world, and there the diamond of it all, the Strindberg Laboratory. Michael, can you tell a little bit about what you are doing?
Yeah, we have about 6 minutes, so I just wanna I think the whole thing that everyone's been talking about is how do we get involved in what we all are doing together? And that's kind of the tricky thing. You know, Alec talked a little bit about how do we get people to care about environmental issues happening in California if you don't live there? You know, why is that? Why should I, pay attention? And so this whole festival that we're going to be doing now on the 25th and 26th is all about that, kind of addressing that issue, which is getting people involved in doing shared actions together and forming new connections. That way we can see how we all relate together and how we're all kind of aiming for the same thing, like Adam talked about. So there's a lot of great things for everybody to get involved in. We have culture houses. We have Adam's music group, which is doing the song, collective song. And even if you don't sing or you should be a part of that. And we have Hope for Justice. And that's all about creating hope for justice. And justice can go to environmental justice, mental health, stigma justice, what Hilpa's doing, and all these other kind of justice related themes. So please check out the links. We're also doing on the chat, we're also doing a poem, a group poem about hope for justice. And maybe some people can sing that and we can put that in the Music Without All Borders song. Some of the writings for Hope for Justice. We're also doing Building the Bigger We, which is about revolutionary listening, asking people to talk to one another, maybe people they don't know, and seeing and really listening and seeing how it affects them and affects somebody else. And how come we don't reach out to new people on a normal basis that we don't know? What can we do? Because that's what we need to do, right, in order to sort of solve the world's biggest problems. So there's all these things, there's all these links. So please reach out to myself, reach out to Marcus if you want to be involved, if you want to ask more information. But take the action, because it's not enough we all listen to each other. It's about the fact that we take actions together. And that's what's going to create the real change. As far as myself, we're Strindberg Laboratory, work in Los Angeles. We do theater. We also create festivals and groups, and we've been doing it now since 2013. So the 25th and 26th, we're so excited to do our third festival with Kukunari and all of you. So please, though, this one's different. We need everybody to do actions together. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michael. And do you remember that every Monday is an Action Monday? So next Monday, we will go through one by one what is happening there in the festival. So a lot of interesting actions, but like Michael said, we are not there anymore to listen. We are also there to listen, but to take shared action. So these actions happen next week. So please promote the festival, promote your own action at the festival, and invite all of your friends and also people that you don't know to the festival. It's a place where we can meet by sharing these actions together. And next week's host, Mark, who will that person be? You can choose. Mark, would you like to choose a person? Okay, Mark, perhaps there's a connection issue. Anybody who would like to host next week and ask everybody how they are doing?
What about Chloe? Chloe, you've been anointed.
So Chloe, you will be hosting next week. So everybody meet the same time, the same place. And remember, it's a festival week. So this week, please do your actions and join in all these wonderful actions that we're doing together. Have a very nice week, and thank you so much, Peter from Dramalogen.
Thank you so much. It was fantastic. Let me just say that me and Strindberg, we say goodbye. We have him here on the wall, so we always.
I see him.
It's great. Thank you so much. It was very nice to be with you today. You are a great guy.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Yeah, it's Strindberg.
Bye.
Thank you.